Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Hey, everybody.
What happened?
There was an issue with Restream and
Gotta love it when technology doesn't play ball.
I
No,
know.
I
I was just.
know.
I don't know what happened. It worked perfectly the previous two times.
The
Just
wind
started.
isn't blowing in the right way.
I
No,
don't
it
know.
isn't.
Can anyone hear me?
We
Yes.
can hear you, Dave.
I can't see anything.
Did you?
And
See, told you. It's Facebook.
Mark Zuckerberg's out to get you.
I would love to have a chat about
Yeah.
Facebook.
I have a million things to say about Facebook.
Yeah.
By the way, hello, Circuline.
yes,
Hi.
Everybody.
I see all of our pictures at the top of my screen, and it looks great.
What?
Me, Andy, Dave, Shelby, and Natalie. Circuline.
Circuline.
Let's go.
Shelby, you got to see
I
some.
got to see the Northern Lights in King's Cross. Can you believe
Awesome.
it?
That's something.
I was so
Hey.
jealous because everybody around us who didn't have cloud cover in upstate New York got beautiful shots.
I know, but we were cloudy. Welcome to the non-live stream live stream.
What?
so do we think of questions that people might theoretically ask us, and then
Yes, we actually.
Yes.
Now let's do that.
Actually, we do have we will do that. And actually, one of the things that is always fun to do on these live streams is just kind of review what's going on with everybody. So for the band, one of the things that people may or may not know is we've now been announced to play at Progstock 2024,
Official.
which is officially
Yes.
Progstock 2024. We're going to be playing on Saturday night. We have the pre-headliner slot, which will be at 4 p.m. There'll be some kind of acoustic opener, and then we are playing a full 90-minute set, which is going to be very exciting. We'll have Dave and Shelby here in the cave the week before for rehearsals.
Hmm.
And what's also triple exciting for Progstock this year is that Shelby's band Kairos is playing on Friday night, and Dave's band Life Signs is playing on Sunday night.
Wow.
It's
Listen,
all a big homogenization.
total domination.
Cross pollination.
That's right. So,
and I'm also playing on Sunday afternoon.
oh,
as well.
when Dave's doing
Right.
a Dave and Shelby thing too, so Dave's got a triple
Dave
header.
and Shelby. Wow.
Dave and
That's
Shelby.
fantastic.
Even
No.
Sally.
Sally,
Yes.
honey.
Sally.
What did I say? Did I say Dave and Shelby?
Yeah, we got a new
That would
thing.
be
I
that's
thought
a
I
good
said
idea.
Dave and Sally. I thought I'm so sorry if I said Dave
Wow, I
and
didn't
Sally.
know this. Shelby and Dave.
Dave and Sally.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sally.
What's one more thing to do on Progstock, right?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
More responsibilities.
Yes, exactly.
So as we start off the live stream, one of the things I also want to let's talk about. Shelby's had a lot of exciting things going on. Kairos has been announced to play on Cruise to the Edge. Shelby is now the proud owner of Sensible Music. Is that correct? Sensible Music
Yep,
Studios.
Sensible Music Studios in King's Cross, London.
Woohoo!
So what? Tell us. And Kairos has just finished kind of a whole spring run of shows.
Yep, so we've just finished the tour, and completion for the studio in terms of handover and the paperwork happened at exactly the same time as the tour happening. So, my God, have the last few weeks been mentally taxing and
Yeah.
very much a test of my stamina. But
Yeah.
but no, it's been great. It's been good. It's been a very busy time. Gosh, lots of things happening all over the place. Lots of things happening for Kairos and with the studio. Yeah, it's all happening.
Nice. That's so
That's
great.
That's fantastic. We're very happy for you.
Thank you.
And Dave has got life science things. Now, Dave, are you Colin? Is it Colin Blunstone? Am I pronouncing his name correctly?
Yes, or as Sharon's mum thought we said, Colin Flintstone. Yeah, no,
Dear.
Colin Blunstone.
Amazing.
So those dates are finished, right?
Yes,
And then you have a bunch of Dave and Sally dates coming up this summer in England, right?
that's correct. Yes.
And then is Life Science going to do you have any other things coming this fall? You've got your Patreon campaign for your solo album box set is coming, right?
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I'm working. Well, since getting back from On the Blue cruise where I played with Colin, I've been back at work on my solo album, which is going to be called On the Edge, and then in brackets of what could be, close brackets.
Nice.
So yeah, actually, the last week I got a new guitar last week, which
Oh.
just thought I might show you, which is this.
Oh,
Woo!
12 string.
a new 12 string.
Yeah, so I'll be able to use this with Circuline at Progstock.
Oh, fantastic.
Yay!
Yeah, it's a really lovely
Lovely.
guitar.
That's fantastic.
A new Martin acoustic.
Is that because your other 12 string is in your other studio in England and you don't want to travel back and forth with it?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, I did think when I was over there in March, I thought about bringing it back, but it's fairly fragile and it's not in a really hard case. And also, every time I have to bring an instrument, I've got to pay excess baggage. So actually, it was thanks to one of my Patreon patrons who funded the new guitar. I just happened to mention that that I needed to get one over here, and he bought it for me, which is amazing.
Wow.
Wow, that's
So
great.
thank you to
That's
my anonymous.
incredible.
Well, I know who it is, but he doesn't want to be named.
That's lovely, though.
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
so it's fantastic. So I've been recording it. There's lots of 12 string on the new solo album, and there's going to be. I'm also working on a new Downs Braid Association album.
Oh, cool.
So there's going to be lots of 12 string on that. So basically, the next month is going to be recording projects and then practicing for the Dave and Sally tour, which starts at the end of next month.
Fantastic.
Getting publicity out for that and everything.
So that's great. Everybody's busy. Last night, Natalie and I went to the Kansas concert in Albany at the Palace Theater, and we got to hang out with the band before and after the show. So that was a ton of fun. It's always interesting. Our friend Joe Denizone, who's the violinist for Kansas, he has his own band, Stratusfurious, and we met them about 10 years ago when we were doing some touring at the Sonic Voyage Fest with them. So it's always fun to see them. And it was just good. And Randy McStein was there, so that was fun too to see Randy.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice night. It's just nice to see, because Joe, it's just nice to see all that's happened to him, and Tom Brislin obviously is a friend, but it's just really nice. His family. Did you already say his family was there? Sorry.
I didn't,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was Joe was
Just
so busy.
updating people because I did a post of my own, so I just did an update to the update saying, "Hey, we're going to post this in its entirety later. Please save your questions till later." Yada yada yada. So okay. Anyway, but yeah, it was a nice night. It was good.
Some of the questions that we have that are coming in that we still get on a regular basis are, why didn't I get my CD yet in the mail? So we just keep telling people, first of all, thank you so much for your pre-order. We appreciate all of the hundreds of people who have pre-ordered. And the album release date is on Friday, September 20th. And we actually 2,000 CDs, actually some big news, 2,000 CDs arrived in their lobby the other day. So we will be putting together packages. The promotion cycle is coming up now for interviews and reviews and podcasts and whatnot. And then in August, we'll be autographing all these things. And 40% of our audience is in the United Kingdom, which is fantastic since we have our two Brits in the band, and we would love to be able to come back to England and tour. We have some potential leads to play in Europe next year in 2025, but obviously we can't say anything yet because nothing is confirmed. And we also appreciate everyone who's pre-ordered with T-shirts and posters and tour programs and mouse pads. We have a mouse, but yeah, we have a whole lot of things. There are people going on and buying other records and part of our catalog, and it's all been great. So that will all be shipped to you in September. And also currently Darren has been working on the last two official videos that he is editing for the song.
All I can say is wow. Why? Why did I say yes to that? Actually, I got the song You done. I have to do Blindside, so
okay.
Cool. Awesome. So are we
So
talking about all? Technically, are we supposed to be talking
well,
about
yeah,
all?
technically today we would be talking about the song "All," which we did do a behind the official video that we shot, and that just came out at the time of today's, I should say, filming because it's supposed to be a live stream. That just came out 2 days ago on Friday. We weren't able to have Shelby with us for that one because she was on tour with her own band, Kairos. Shelby, is there anything that you remember about that? Yeah, she's like, I can barely remember this last week. It
It's been
was,
a very insane time, and I know I've already said that, but I cannot stress that enough. That night that you guys were filming the previous one of these, I was doing our Southampton show, and that was very cool. That was very good. We had a good turnout for that. In fact, we had a good turnout for all of the shows. It feels like, we must be doing something right because every tour that we do, there's more and more people at each show. So it's
that's
very
great.
reassuring and motivating to see that.
Yeah.
So many highlights. The London show especially was fantastic. We managed to get so many people dancing, and which is not normal for a prog show.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, lots of movement in the audience. It was fantastic, and I think I'm even just like speaking internally about the band. I'm very happy with where we are as musicians. I feel like we're all really comfortable in terms of our stage presence and our presentation and how we do the shows now. It just feels like we've really gotten into a good groove with it, and I'm very happy about that. But
Yeah.
That's
definitely
great.
doesn't take away from the exhaustion because I also not many people know this, but I was also driving the van.
Oh,
So as well as doing as well as the gigs themselves, and also being in charge of a lot of the tech and balancing all of the stuff with the new studio, I was also driving the van.
Oh
Oh
God.
man.
Lots of late nights, and we tried to save money wherever we could. So that meant doing a lot of driving, 2-hour drives after the gig, to go back to London or to like go back to
Mhm.
Robin's place, just so we don't have to fork out money for hotels. I think the most brutal one was potentially Southampton, because that was a good like hour and a half drive, and we didn't leave until like half midnight, 1 a.m.
Mhm.
So
Mm,
it was brutal.
yeah.
But in terms of, positives, there are lots of positives. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, very happy.
That's
I
wonderful.
I drove the van when last time Circuline toured England, which was quite frightening because every time we'd come to a roundabout, I'm on autopilot to go this way, and everybody in the van's going,
Uh,
"No,
Yeah.
this
That was
way."
And I imagine, and not to downplay your driving skills, but I imagine,
no.
driving in the States and then coming here is very like our streets are very higgledy-piggledy, right? They're very all over the place.
Yes.
We don't really
That is
have.
a perfect description
Yes.
of the
Yeah.
street there. Oh my word.
We don't really have blocks per se. We don't really have like a grid system that is organized. So it's very that can catch a lot of people out.
Well,
Yeah.
the worst one. Well, I grew up doing plenty of country driving, but the probably the tightest one was trading boundaries. Like we played at trading boundaries, and then we drove from wherever it was to whatever the place has that we have set up, and we have those Mercedes Sprinter vans, and those roads are so teeny,
Mhm.
and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just
Yep.
trying to hug the other side of the road, and everybody's like, "You're so close. You're hitting all the branches and we're near the wall." I'm like, "But the road's only this
You have
wide."
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my choice.
Those
Yeah.
So,
country lanes are especially challenging because, especially late at night, because there's no lighting whatsoever.
right.
No streetlights. Right.
If a car comes, God forbid, you are just, oh my God, especially in a van, you have to like go into the hedge or just
All
hope
right.
there's a little lay-by to like bring yourself into. And the thing is the speed limit of those country lanes is the national speed limit. So it's the same as a motorway speed limit.
Oh,
So
wow.
some people go darting down those roads,
Oh my.
really dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. thankfully I was sick and asleep in the back, so I missed a lot of that, which was good. After that gig, I barely made it through that gig, and then I just crashed. So that was good.
Well,
Oy.
that was the summer of 2017. I think Natalie, she had finished some school things, and it was a crazy time.
I arrived sick as a dog. I wasn't even sure I was going to get. And the stress of knowing that you're not up to snuff at one of the biggest gigs the band has ever had. It was a lot. But I took a lot of steroids and did what you have to do to get through the gigs. So that's what I did.
So, any other questions that we could imagine that people have been asking? You know what? I want to say thank you for all the lovely comments. We're working hard
Oh yeah.
producing a video a week for the entire year, and we have lots of wonderful comments on all the videos. There's the singles, there's the gear behind the music videos, which are very cheeky and casual cell phone style. Well, we're actually the three of us are much more cheeky. Shelby and Dave did a very beautiful professional job.
Yes.
We get some nice comments on the bloopers. What is that?
Hello.
That's Sharon.
That is one scary looking mug or whatever it is.
That it's a wall hanging. It's in our bedroom actually.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it?
Neat.
It was here before I met Sharon, but it's something she bought at an art exhibition, I think. Actually, it's like a baby with headphones on.
Yeah.
Really mean.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That was great.
I thought it looked like a weird, like, tortured baby head.
I think he's just concentrating on listening to the music in the headphones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, honey, what were you saying? Do you even remember?
Well, no, I was just saying, with the videos between Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and Twitter, we have a lot of lovely comments. And what's interesting is it seems to be different people are watching different videos. There's the story behind the songs. There's these behind the official videos. There's the live stream. I will have the tech issues fixed for the next one. But it's really nice for us because we see a lot of new people.
New names,
Shelby
yeah.
has fans, Dave has fans. With the marketing we're doing, we're seeing lots of names that we don't know. And, at this point, we've quadruple pre-ordered our best pre-order from the past. And we have more people coming in every day. So we're very grateful. And
I'm fascinated by because Andrew does so much in terms of getting us out there and the promotional stuff and paying for the ads and things like that I'm still stunned that we get so many people saying, "Oh my God, I just found you."
Yeah.
And I'm so happy I just found that seems to be this running theme. And I think part of it is definitely Shelby and Dave, the name recognition, but some people are just out of the blue finding us because of an ad and then buying our back catalog and checking us out. And it's just kind of amazing how hard you have to work, even, even 10 years later, and it's still people are just discovering us.
Yeah, that's the same with my band Iona, and we started in 1989 and stopped in 2016, and still get people saying, "Oh, I've just discovered your band."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it's. I think the thing is, if the music is good, then it's got a long shelf life. So, and I think the music, the Circuline music, is good. So, I think it doesn't matter in a way that it takes a long time for people to discover it, as long as they do eventually, before we all die and can't. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, no, and we've at least, like many bands, if people hang in with us long enough, bands change. Your sound changes. Your lyrics start to change. You grow into it. Everything kind of evolves in different ways. Certainly, we've had personnel changes as well. So it's kind of nice that even if they didn't love maybe our back catalog, a lot of people have been saying, and not just the addition of you guys, which is huge, but people are commenting on the songwriting taking a new level, and that's really lovely for us. Not to disparage anything that came before, but we just have evolved into a different thing.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Brent Adams because he comments on almost every single thing that we do. So Brent,
and
you're a
Robert
super
Schindler.
fan. Robert Schindler comments on almost every single thing that we do.
Yeah.
Scott Blondin says Shelby's bass guitar is the bomb on this track.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Davis says Dave and Shelby have taken you to a whole new level of cool.
Yeah.
Samantha Frace is like fantastic. So these are just, thank you again, people. Thank you for listening. And
very wholesome, very positive. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
So
it's nice. It's nice.
Shelby, it was great that your hair matched the Northern Lights the other night.
Yes, so many people said that.
Yes. What are the chances of that? Yeah.
Tried to get a selfie where you could see my hair and the sky.
Yeah.
It really was like a bright blue and
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what Andrew said, because I showed him. I said, "Well, we're not seeing it, but Shelby is," and I said, he said the exact same thing to me. He was like, "Oh my God, her hair kind of matches."
I can carry the spirit of the Northern Lights through my hair.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe you've got an album cover there for the next Kairos.
Yes.
Oh, that would be cool.
Incorporate that. Mm-hmm.
Are you in charge of the artwork? Because Kairos, you guys have a lot of really good stuff. Is that your eye with the photography? Do you have a photographer? How do you do the design for that?
So, well, it really depends. For our latest album artwork for the album Mannequin, we had Joey's girlfriend Rachel take the reins on that. So she pieced together a whole series of pieces, I guess you could call them, and they ended up being for the single covers or like different bits that we put into the booklet, and that one with the mannequin hand and the arm and it just to us it really, you know when you see a piece of artwork and you just think that fits with the music. Don't know how, but it kind of just does. It just has that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
With that, got Rachel to take the reins on that. And then in terms of photography, what we've been doing over the last couple of years is Grace will actually be our photographer. But then so anyone who doesn't know Grace, she's actually my business partner over at Sensible Music. And I've known her for years and, we're very good friends. And so she's been doing the photography, and then I will take those raw photos and then I'll do the color grading and the post-production and just kind of, I have a bit of a workflow with that. And the great thing is that she doesn't mind that at all. I know there are a lot of photographers who are very precious about their post-production and they want to be a part of that whole thing, which is understandable. That's completely understandable, because the way you edit a photo is very much part of the artistic representation of what you choose that photo to look like, But no, it's, and then through the years, it's been a mixture of myself and other people that we've outsourced to. But wherever we can over the years, we've tried to find ways to, keep costs down out of necessity. Mm-hmm. So that means that a lot of stuff has been in-house. Like, for example, when we did the cover for Recover, which was our covers album, that was a CG piece that I pieced together a few years ago and repurposed for the sake of this album cover, did a little bit of adjusting. And I've done that a couple times. And then for Vox Humana, we got another external illustrator. But something that we've been doing, especially that we like to emphasize, is working with artists where we can, especially hand-drawn artwork. Hence why we did, I wish I had one at hand, but we did a comic book recently.
Oh, yeah, that looked great. That was
I've been
fantastic.
seeing it on Facebook. It's adorable. It's really cute.
Cool. It's so cool. The camera does not do justice as to how vibrant the colors are. It just pops, you just see it and it just, oh my God,
Nice.
And that really came down to just, we're seeing all of this stuff with AI art and people not going to artists, not funding artists, but instead getting AI art from, well, these bots that essentially the way they work is they scrape their references from existing artwork. So it's kind of by proxy, it's almost like theft in a way,
It doesn't look right to me.
And
It
it really
never.
doesn't
I
look
don't. I
right.
don't care for AI artwork. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It doesn't. Like, and you can see it in your eye. Your brain goes, "That's not real."
yeah.
A human being did not contribute to that. You can tell it's computer generated. I don't care for it.
It doesn't look right, and even just morally, we didn't like the fact that bands were going down that pathway, because it's just leaving all of these artists and illustrators out to dry, and it's just, that's not fair. So, we did the comic, which was pieced together by Imogen Mangle, which is Charlie's girlfriend, and yeah, it's been going really well. People have been loving it. It's sold like hotcakes on the tour.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Actually, Natalie found the artwork for C.O.R.E, our new album that we're promoting now. Natalie, we knew 99-year-old activist artist Henrietta Mantooth Bagley, and Natalie saw this piece of artwork and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that will be so great for the album cover."
And
And
it's sort of like what you were talking about when when it seems to represent the music, or at least where I have been in the creation of this album emotionally, and the world and how we function in it and what's going to happen, and it just really, it spoke to me, all those amorphous sort of people at the bottom with all these beautiful winged vibrant birds coming out of them, sort of hopeful, and everyone is one shade, like, it's all kind of amorphous and nice. And then Darren extracted segments of it when we took to get the painting shot for the album cover by a professional photographer who could shoot something that big, and then he was working on his computer and focusing on different sections of the painting. And I leaned into Andrew and I said, "Oh, that's what we should have. Just take these little tiny sections for the various videos and the lyric videos, and maybe the insert, right? Isn't that how it
that's
happens?"
yeah, and that's so what happened was that's what how every single that we're releasing every 6 weeks is a different section
Yeah,
of
the
that
painting.
artwork. So then Darren's been taking that and then we put it in a frame with the band name and the name on it. It's actually turned out really quite cool because every single will still the color scheme, everything will reflect back to the overall album artwork. So
And Henriette, I was just going to say Henriette is a hoot because, she's, God love her, she's 99 and she's still really vibrant and painting and doing activism stuff. But we did an interview with her, which we will post at some other time, asking her what was the name of the painting and what was she thinking when she painted it. And of course she said, "I have no idea," because she painted it like 30 years ago or something. She's like, I didn't. She said it much cooler than that, though. She was really quite sweet about it. She said, "I have no idea. I don't. If I named it, I don't remember it," or something like that. But it's very cool, and it's really lovely to be able to present her artwork like this. And it was good on the package too. I mean, it came out really well.
well, another thing is Darren, like Shelby, Darren and I have both said for a long time that we personally don't care for a lot of the album covers that musicians and artists and bands are doing. That's just digital things.
Yeah.
That's nothing against it. It's just not our preference. So it was nice to find real artwork that was painted by an artist. Darren, anything you want to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is to say? She's a great artist. It was a nice departure from the previous things that we have done. I think it's kind of a nice motif to kind of continue on with that. I like supporting the arts because that's, believe it or not, my day job is a picture framer, and I deal with artists all day long. So it's a good thing. I like supporting them, and it's and it turned out to be very nice. I mean, like Natalie was describing, we did take sections of each one of those, and in the insert booklet, we used those as well to display the lyrics for each of the songs. So that artwork is well represented. within this record. So good.
Well, you know what? We'll show that in the next live stream since we got 2,000 of them now sitting in the
Yeah,
sitting in the lobby. And Darren also used to own an art gallery
good.
in Cleveland, so he's got an eye for these things.
Yes.
Didn't
Yes.
you have some events there with some famous
Oh
people,
yeah,
Darren?
we did. I have an acoustic guitar around here. Maybe I should get that fixed because it has the signatures of Mickey Dolenz. That's
Mm.
right.
Wow.
And Stephen Stills and Graham
Wow.
Nash, a few other people.
Nice.
And we did shows with them. That's why it was in the gallery at the time. And whoever we were doing shows with, I made sure I got their signatures. So yeah, we were associated with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which was right down the street from us. So every time they did something, some kind of a big event, we were kind of attached to if it dealt with artwork. So Graham Nash I think he had a really big printing company, and he got all of his friends together to write their lyrics down and doodle and everything. So we had that in the gallery. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of great things there.
I have a great shot of Joni that he took during their time together, hanging in our bathroom. Yeah, it's a great, it's his photo. We got it when we went to his concert. He sells a lot of his photos and stuff. Yeah.
I want to take a moment and talk about Dave and Sally because we've never done that here on our show. And we've seen Dave live do his solo thing, and it's fantastic. And we've seen Dave and Sally together, and it brought tears to our eyes.
Oh my God.
Is that, Dave, is that kind of an outgrowth of all the time between your like all the time you spent with Iona for 20 something years and then kind of moving into your solo career? How did that evolve? How did Dave and Sally even come to be as it is as a duo gig?
It was actually stemmed from when I did my solo album Celestial Fire back in 2013-14, and I did an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign to raise the funds for that, which was very successful. And one of the things I offered as a perk was for me to come and do a house concert. And at that point, I'd never actually done any solo house concerts. But I think I got about something like 13 or 14 of those all around England. Actually, one in Scotland as well. And a couple of people wanted me to play. Most of them were in people's houses, but one or two people asked me to play in different venues. And one was in a church, and it was this lady's 60th birthday, so she wanted me to go and play for that. And I was on some of the gigs. Most of them were just me, and then a few of them I had guest singers, just local singers, come and sing a few Iona songs, because the band had a female singer, Joanne, and several of the people who were booking me for these concerts, it was because they loved Iona's music. So anyway, this birthday party one, we were going to have this local singer, Hannah, who I'd worked with once before, and at the last minute, she came down with a really bad kind of flu-y cold and lost her voice. So I'd never worked with Sally before, but I'd known Kerry, her dad, for years, and I'd recently heard Kerry had played me a video of Sally from the Lord of the Dance troupe thing that with Michael Flatley, singing some Irish Gaelic songs, and her voice was amazing. So I rang up and asked if she'd be interested in coming along and singing a couple of songs. So, and it turned out because whenever Iona played in Birmingham, which is where Kerry and Sally, the family, lived, Kerry would come to the gigs, and in the early days bring Sally when she was quite young. So Sally had kind of grown up listening to Iona's music. So I think I'd suggested her doing about 4 or 5 songs, and she already knew them all, which was brilliant. She knew the words, and
well, that was great.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So she came along to that first gig. I think she basically sang and played a bit of tambourine in a couple of parts. And then as I gradually realised that she could play lots of other instruments, we've been adding to her arsenal of equipment on stage, so that it's a lot more than what I have now. So she,
and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch her over there doing everything, and singing, and
But yeah, so Iona was winding down by that time anyway, and by a couple of years later, we stopped touring. So I wanted to carry on doing solo gigs because I enjoyed them so much, but also working with Sally because it was so much fun. So we formed the band Celestial Fire, so I could play music off that album and some Iona stuff. So that was going quite well, but then the pandemic came and Brexit happened and everything. So it was just a lot easier to get gigs as a duo and actually, be able to make some money rather than lose money on band gigs. So we've kind of just been doing that ever since. And yeah, we did a tour in Germany just before the pandemic, which was really good. And so we've got an 11-date tour in England coming up at the end of next month.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. There was something really magical in that room when you guys took the stage on that Sunday morning. It was really, really beautiful.
So hopefully we'll have one or two other tunes that we haven't played before when we were at Progstock in October.
Cool.
Well, before we wrap up, I just wanted to remind everyone that one of the great things about Progstock is that we will have a multi-camera video shoot, and we will be able to have another product, another CD, DVD, Blu-ray type product after Progstock of the performance.
Oh joy!
With these. Jaron says, "Oh joy," because he's doing the video editing. But
wait, how many cameras? What, 40? 40 of them? Okay.
40.
And Shelby's done enough editing in her lifetime that she understands what that entails. Well, the fantastic thing is that every time we do one of these, we learn more and we get better camera, and we get more cameras and better angles.
Yes, true that.
Yes.
What to do, what not to do. And another thing that's also quite exciting is that
the lighting.
The lighting. Like when I performed at Progstock last year with the Matt Dorsey band, the theater where we're performing is a historic theater, and there had been some storm damage, and they brought in giant lighting trusses. So there were no overhead lighting. It was kind of a lot of on-stage lighting and a lot of on-the-floor stage lighting. And now a church, kind of like a modern church, has taken over the rental of the theater every week for the whole year, and they have paid to install a brand new, entirely overhauled professional lighting rig, professional audio sound system. And so the lighting, if you want to see, go take a look at Big Train's recent gig from March. I saved some pictures from that gig, but the lighting is fantastic. Like we used to have at Rosfest when it was in Pennsylvania. I mean, moving and sweeps and I don't know what the technical names of all those cool things are, but the lighting is going to be really great. So we're looking forward to capturing that. So you know what? Considering this is our filmed live stream, unless anyone else has anything else they want to say, that may be.
I think because it was we were talking about we should just at least mention that Matt helped us write the song.
Yes, we should mention
we should probably get
right. That's a good idea. Right. We'll mention that again. Yeah. So when Matt Dorsey was working with us in 2018, actually it started before that in 2017, I was working with Matt on his solo album. He had about 30 tracks for his solo album, and he was going to be coming to work with Circuline, and we would gone through everything, and he had this 2.5 minute demo that I just loved, and I said, "What are you going to do with that?" And he was like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, "Can we have it for Circuline?" And he was like, "Yes." So we brought it in. I don't remember if we played through it when he was here working with us in 2018 or not. But
no.
I don't think we had that one then.
No, all came by email.
It came later, right?
It was just a fraction of a song,
right?
But we knew we could.
We all like it, right? And I knew that we had a all is in 9, and great job, Shelby, on your rolling. Everybody loves that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was actually, I think, quite well represented. I think the official video that came out about 10 days ago, everyone was what represented well, I think. Hope everyone was happy. Don Chafin at D City Studios on Long Island did a good job of capturing that performance, or that faux performance.
Yeah.
Of everyone.
Give our secrets away. That was live.
Might be editing now.
Yeah. So yeah, I knew that we had a bit in 9 that Darren and I that we had been working on from some kind of a jam that was almost the same tempo that would work with the song part of the song. So I just said, well, I'll figure out a way how to get us from the song section to the instrumental section at the end. And it was kind of a couple different ambient sections from things, and Shelby did a beautiful job, with some of her bass lines in there. Dave did a great job on the layers of keyboards, and he even added some synthesizer things in there that I'm going to have to figure out how that goes. We'll have to figure out what to do at rehearsal.
I'm glad Dave doesn't play drums. Or do you?
Actually, just
a little bit of percussion, actually, but not.
Well,
drums.
you're going to be playing percussion.
You will be. Surprise!
Oh, great! No, that's good. No.
We have a couple of things we're building into the show.
Everybody's playing drums. It's the rules.
Well, one of the things that we love to do with live performance is add some things that in our live performance that people are not going to get on the record, because we want to try to make it an experience where we're not, for us, that we don't just come out and just play all the songs. We want to make something special. So we'll have acoustic moments. We always have a drum feature moment. So Shelby and Dave will be getting to play drums. Natalie even plays something. The last time Natalie played, she played tambourine, but she's playing drums or keyboard or something this time.
Come on, Natalie.
I can do it.
Okay.
We really want Natalie had this idea, I think, first, is that since Shelby is a keyboard player and Dave is a keyboard player, what we would love to do, we won't be able to do it for Prog Stock, but we have a vision at some point of having some kind of and Darren plays keyboards. We want to have some kind of this big keyboard
just 4
feature where we're all playing at the same time.
Just 4 baby grands. That's all.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
And I'll come out with my little piano.
Yeah.
Natalie actually took lessons as a child, so we know she can play a little bit.
I can.
We all take a guitar each.
Okay. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, I have one and you have one. There's 2. I don't know if Dave has a guitar or not.
No, but maybe Robert Schindler could lend us one.
Yeah, there you
go.
Oh, he will love that. I hope he
love that.
To this
that
whole
would be a lot of fun.
He will love that. That's great.
But given the triple header situation of C.O.R.E, Circuline, and Life Science, we don't have the bandwidth to do that this year yet. But that's something that we would love to do. So we always want to have a fun moment. So we'll have a percussion drum off. We'll have some acoustic moments. We'll have some fun moments, and we'll have some good lighting this year. And there you have it. So
there you have it. And we are trying. We don't know if this is going to happen yet, but we are trying to get Tom Palmieri on one of these as we get closer to Prog Stock to talk about it and help promote that.
Right.
So.
Okay. Right. So Shelby and Dave, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you if you're listening, watching on the restream, live stream. Thank you for being here. Go ahead and put your comments in the chat box in the comment section, and we will make sure we get to them next time.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much, everybody. Shelby gets to take a nap now.
Bye. See you later, guys.
Okay, bye. Thank you, Dave. Okay, bye.
See ya.
Bye.